I kind of went with a different format today because of what is going on. For many of you, if you don't know, we wanted to take a moment to recognize Bowl-o-Rama here in Reading, PA, because unfortunately the doors will be closing a week from tomorrow. To our understanding, the center is going to be pretty much demolished, and we will have a Sheetz gas station here in a couple of months. But today we wanted to take a moment to remember Bowl-o-Rama as one of the centers that helped the PJBT start. I know many of you might not have been around 18 years ago when we started the PJBT, but before the PJBT, there was a tournament series in this area called the Under 21 Tournaments. It consisted of the centers in this area, included the old Laurel Lanes, Bowl-o-Rama, the old Colonial Hills, Burke's Lanes, some of the centers, Easter Lanes, some of the centers that we already go to, and the Under 21 tournaments helped grow the PJBT in season 3 when they decided to stop running tournaments and let the PJBT kind of take on some sponsors and move forward. For me personally, I just want to say that I remember coming to Bowl-o-Rama in my early years bowling high school, as high school bowling is very big and has always been very big in this area. And I always remember that one of my first times coming to Bowl-o-Rama, I could never understand why my ball would not hook, because this center always had a tougher shot than any other bowling center in that day. And back in that day, there were no sport shots. And it was funny because every time I came here, it was a challenge for me to score. Scoring was at a premium back then. But unfortunately, over the years, the business has taken over, and shots in every bowling center have gotten easier over the years from a financial standpoint and also from a tournament standpoint. So some of those memories are always going to be with me, and I want to say that as bowling fans, we are all together bowling fans. And anytime a bowling center closes, whether it's your favorite bowling center or not, you should take a moment to remember, because unfortunately we have more bowling centers closing in today's world than we have opening. And I think I want to just take a moment to say that if there's anyone out there, and I know there are some, who feel it's more important to take advantage of bowling centers when they have heartache like this, that is very sad. Everybody should have a portion in their heart when a center closes to know that one century of bowling has gone away and will never come back. Some people think bowlers will go to other centers. Sometimes we think that they'll just find another way to bowl, but a lot of people don't. And a lot of people quit the great sport that we can all agree we all love together. So today we wanted to take a moment to recognize Bowl-o-Rama for their 18 years of service to the PJBT and also to our organization. I have a couple of people here today who are going to throw out ceremonial first balls, but at first I'd like to introduce them. They are past champions of tournaments here at Bowl-o-Rama. Thank you, absolutely. Starting on lane 17, going all the way back to the 3rd season of the PJBT, that would be 15 years ago, in the handicap division, we had a champion by the name of Brent Himmelreich. So Brent, go out and be recognized. Stand on the lane there for me. Thank you. Brent won this tournament 15 years ago in the handicap division in 2001, 2002. And by the way, for anybody who is a trivia buff, the first 2 ever tournaments held here at Bowl-o-Rama in 1999 were both won by the same scratch bowler by the name of John Miller III. He is not here today, but John, I know, still bowls in leagues, I believe, at Burke's Lanes and a couple centers in the area. So John was our scratch winner in the first 2 events ever held here at Bowl-o-Rama. On On lane 18, I want to recognize he is a two-time winner here at Bowl-o-Rama. He won our marathon event on Labor Day weekend in 2007 and also in 2009. Please welcome back Ryan Wyant. In 2010-11, we had a handicap individual win the handicap side of our marathon tournament. His name was Cameron Haynes. Cameron was not able to be here today, but his sister, Christine, is here on his behalf. So please give Christine a nice round of applause. Our next past champion is on lane 20. He is a three-time Bowl-o-Rama champion. He won the marathon in 2011-12. He most recently won the marathon Labor Day event in 2014. And then he won this event just 2 years ago in April, I should say the spring of 2015. On lane 20 is Jack Selmer. In 2015-16, last season, in the scratch division side on, I'm sorry, let me go back. In 2014-15, next to Jack Selmer, in the handicap division, we had a champion of this event 2 years ago. On lane 21, please welcome back Lexi Kyle. On lane 22, we have last season rather, 15-16's marathon champion. Our marathon event on Labor Day weekend in the scratch division. On lane 22, please welcome back Alex Glinsky. And most recently, in this event 1 year ago, 2015-16, our scratch division champion. On lane 23, please welcome back Dylan Zimmerman. And for that same event, 1 year ago in the handicap division, on lane 24, please welcome back Zachary Prizer. Now, bowlers, I want to take one more moment to give them a round of applause because we invited everyone who has ever won a PJBT event just 4 days ago, and we were able to get a handful of these bowlers together. So please give them a round of applause for coming out today. In just a moment, they're going to be throwing out a first ball, but stay at the lanes for me one moment. I also want to introduce one very important person to me as this center comes towards its end. This lady, many of you know that there were some very influential people in my life who helped me get into bowling. Many of you know that Mickey Woods was one of those people many years ago, but this lady was also a very big part of my involvement with bowling. Back in the late 90s, when I was a high school bowler, just like you guys, so many of you are, she helped us form locally an organization called USBC Youth Leaders. And it was a movement to let youth bowlers have a voice in the future of our sport. She has been on the state board, the state Pennsylvania Youth Board, since 1989. She was elected president in 1996, and she has served as the president for almost 30 years on our Pennsylvania State Youth Board. But most importantly, I think today holds an important place in her heart because she was the junior league director here at Bowl-o-Rama for almost 20 years, from the years between, we'll just say, the 1990s and the 2000s, probably maybe even earlier than that, okay? And I wanted to invite her to come back today to be recognized with our youth bowlers for her time and her efforts here at Bowl-o-Rama specifically. So please welcome back, many of you might know her as Debbie Kenderdine, but now Debbie Fields. Thank you, Debbie, and thank you to all of you for coming out today to recognize this last event for PJBT. So please give them once again a nice round of applause. All right, and we're going to have one little tribute. Not going to take long, but I'm going to have our bowlers go back to the ball return, and we're going to turn the lanes on. We're going to see how good you are coordinated, and we're going to have all of them throw out together the ceremonial first ball and what will be the ceremonial last start of an event at Bowl-o-Rama. So, how about I'll have you all line up, get ready like you're going to throw the shot. Give us 1 second, I want to try to coordinate it for you. Just set up like you're going to bowl. And on the count of 3, I'm going to have you go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bowl-o-Rama. And parents and bowlers, thank you very much for coming out today.